Hey there, seekers of style, knowledge, and all that good stuff. Joe here from Style by Joe. Now, 2020 was an odd year. I mean, most of our meetings were on Zoom or on Skype, and we just plugged in. There wasn't a lot of small talk going on. I mean, we saw people here and there if we were following the rules. So, with the vaccine on its way and getting back into social settings, I'm going to go over 7 small talk mistakes that hopefully you're not making. And the first one, and I've talked about this before, is forgetting to ask questions and then a follow-up question. And I've talked specifically about this before. If you ask them a question that could be answered with a yes or a no, that conversation is going to fall flat. You need to ask them open-ended questions that can lead to other questions. People like talking about themselves, and it's a way to find out things about them. Number 2, only talking about yourself. It makes you seem like you didn't care about the other person. It makes you seem like you don't care about what's going on. You seem self-centered, a little bit of a narcissist. The conversation, again, is not going to flow or get otherwhere. Number 3, looking at your phone during the conversation. I mean, I understand it. You're expecting that phone call. You're expecting that text, and it's pretty gosh darn important. But is it as important as not responding to the person that's in front of you? A lot of times, if I'm in a conversation at dinner or something like that, I'll simply lay the phone down, face down on the table, or slip it into my back pocket. If I'm really waiting for something important to come through, I let the person that I'm talking to know that this is going on and I'm waiting for a text or a phone call from that person to take care of it. Other than that, put that phone away. Number 4, and this is a skill, be able to tell a story or share an idea. People like knowing what's going on in your life. They like stories that they can relate to. If you learn these 2 skills, conversations are just going to flow freely. Number 5, being just a little bit well-rounded. Knowing what's going on in the world and having more than just one point of view. I've made it known I'm not a big sports person, but I try to have a little glimmer of what's going on in the different sporting fields so I can contribute something to the conversation. If the conversation goes deeper than that, I usually say, oh, it's really not my thing, but I'd love to know what you have to say about it. Number 6, not remembering the person's name. And again, I am very bad at that one. I find it very easy, though, to remember their name if after they introduce themselves, you say, nice to meet you, Susan. Susan, I really like that blouse that you're wearing. Bill, tell me a little bit more about yourself. The more in that first interaction you start using the name, the wider the chances are that you're going to remember that name. And number 7, you can always practice with people that you just meet on the fly. A cashier, a waiter, the barista at the coffee shop. Making small talk with them is a step towards making better small talk with other people. And I find that there are 2 ways to get a conversation going. The first one is, like I said, by giving a compliment. Now, when you give a compliment to a woman, you need to be careful. It shouldn't be about this, and it shouldn't be about any physical attribute. I find you have beautiful eyes is an okay one. And just the same with a guy. I really like your loafers. That's a cool watch. Those are all great conversation starters. Number two. How's your day going? Now again, they could simply say fine and shut it down. But when they say fine, well, that's great. What's going so well in your world? Or what's not going so well in your world? And try and drag that conversation out a little bit longer. And number 3, so what's going on in your world? Kind of takes them back a little bit. They have to think about it because you're not asking them how it's going. You're asking them what's going on in your world. Hey folks, this has been Joe from Style by Joe with some straight talk from a gay guy. Today I went over 7 different small talk mistakes and gave you 3 small talk starters. Style by Joe by now, of course, is the YouTube channel that you have subscribed to, and all my information is down below for my other social medias. I tell you all the time, thumbs up are great. YouTube tracks me like that. It makes me seem more like a business. Sharing my videos with friends and family also helps get me in front of other eyes. Folks, stay stylish. I'll talk to you soon.